Now, what exactly is Ansible roles? In the previous example, you see like we are putting up everything in a single playbook file. Now, usually for the small playbook files, it looks good that we are putting up everything in a single YAML file. We can manage it also. But when it becomes a little bit more complex and you really wanted to bring in reusability, that's where the roles comes in the picture. Keeping in mind, for example, you are installing Tomcat Apache and you are installing Jenkins. Now, what is the common in between these two things? In these two things, the main thing which is common is that JDK installation. Now, this JDK installation, if you want, you can put it up into Tomcat playbook file also. You can put up into the Jenkins playbook also. But what will happen that these will be a repetitive work. Like these are the ones which will be again repeating again and again. So if you don't want to do that, if you want to have a reusability that, okay, I will be having separate thing as a JDK installation, which I can call upon into the Jenkins installation and the Tomcat installation also. So that's where we are looking forward for the roles. So roles is something which is helping us to have an independent collection of variables, tasks, files, template, modules. We can have a collection. We can have a similar work being grouped up into a single goal. Now, a single playbook file can be break down in these independent or the isolated roles, so that instead of having a huge playbook file, we can create a roles there. For example, I create a Java role. So if I have a Java role, so not only Tomcat, Apache, Jenkins, even if I'm trying to deploy my application, for that also I can use the same roles. So this roles actually helps us to bring in the reusability so that we don't have to rewrite these codes from the scratch. Definitely our efforts are going to be saved and we can put that efforts in something else there, something productivity. Now roles you can manage locally. Otherwise we have a Ansible Galaxy, which is a separate product available there. It's a product, it's a command line which is available, using which we can manage the roles. Ansible Galaxy is also available as an interface. There is a website where we can have all the ready-made goals. And if you are creating any roles locally, then you can publish those also to the Ansible Galaxy. So it's for the collaboration perspective, we have a separate portal available for that. For example, Ansible-Galaxy will be installed the moment you install the Ansible. So that will be available there. So here in this one, you are just trying to create a new role. That's what you're trying to do. So Ansible-Galaxy init and a particular role name you're trying. If you wanted to download that, so you can go for Ansible install and that will be downloaded from the Ansible Galaxy portal. You can browse from there. These commands, you can get it from the Ansible Galaxy website also. That if you want to install any particular role, so how you're going to do that. And these particular roles will be downloaded locally and installed locally here. And this is the architecture. So you will be having a controller machine. You will be having node machines. The reason why we call them as a agentless configuration, because it's using the SSH connectivity. So the moment I wanted to perform some activity, so from here Ansible controller machine, I'm going to connect to the slave machines to the worker node with the help of SSH. So SSH is what we are going to use over here. And that's the primary way of how the connectivity will be achieved here. When it comes to the controller machine, so playbook file is what we call it as an infrastructure as a code, using which we can write up the codes that how the infrastructure can be managed. And then we have the inventory file. So in the inventory file, we can have certain details of the host, like group A, group B is written over here. So group A is having host 1, group B is having host 2 till host 10. So it depends like how many servers and groups you really have over here. So corresponding to that, you will be having the machines, the servers available. So whatever the different hosts which we got over here in this one, so you will be able to get the required output there. So that's how the overall Ansible which gets implemented gets look like over here in this scenario.